Hi friends, welcome back to Decorating Happily Ever After. I'm Jeffrey Kevin. If you will, please like, hype, and subscribe to my channel to help it grow. Well, it's almost our nation's 250th anniversary, so I've set a special 4th of July tablescape. I'm using both new and vintage dishes, along with lots of patriotic accessories, and a color scheme, of course, of red, white, and blue. So let's take a look around the table. For today's patriotic tablescape, I'm using a royal blue tablecloth that looks like a night sky with stars and fireworks bursting in air in red and white. I think this tablecloth is so perfect for the 4th of July. I've used it many times, and I'm sure I'll use it many times in the future. I picked it up on eBay. I'm also using my metal red chargers. These I found thrifting, and they have little cutouts of stars going around the edge. For my dinner plates, I'm using vintage Liberty Blue Independence Hall. They feature a floral border with the Independence Hall in the center. I picked those up on eBay. I'm using new salad plates that I picked up this year at Hobby Lobby. I just love these. They have the crisscross flags with a bow and fireworks bursting in the background. I thought they picked up really well with my tablecloth. I'm using my mother of pearl flatware. For the stemware, I'm going to be mixing colors. These are ruby. I picked these up ages ago at Walmart. And then I'm going to mix in the cobalt blue. These I got from eBay. And I also have this set of pewter glasses that I found antiquing. I have these sweet little hors d'oeuvre plates. They've got flags on them. I got these at Hobby Lobby a few years back, and I'm going to use those as bread and butter plates. I'm going to use my cute red cupcake stands with a little cupcake and an American flag. I have red dinner napkins, and I'm using flag napkin rings that we found at a thrift store. For my centerpiece today, I've used blooms from my butterfly bush that's in my yard. It's enormous, and it's only just now coming into bloom. I was afraid it wasn't going to make it, but the blooms look a lot like hydrangeas, but they're a little fluffier, not quite as tall as my pinnacle hydrangeas, but it's a very large bush. My hydrangeas, unfortunately, are not blooming like they normally do because we had a really harsh winter and they died back. But this butterfly bush, it blooms on new wood, so that wasn't a problem. And I've just put the blooms, I don't know if you can see it, but they're in a little red metal can that I picked up at Goodwill. And I've just put a few little small American flags in it. And on each side, I've put these two whitewash lanterns, and I've got candles that are red, white, and blue. I believe I picked those up at Cracker Barrel on clearance, and I've put one of the lanterns on each side. I like to use lanterns for summer tables and that sort of thing. And here at this corner, I've got a vintage bicentennial telephone. And guys, I ordered this phone from eBay. It's actually a salesman's sample. It had never been taken out of the box, and it even had the forms with it that you fill out for your client when they order one of the telephones. Well, guess what? My mom was one of their clients. When I was growing up, we had one of these telephones, and I loved it. She bought it for the bicentennial, and that was a few years before I was born, so I remember this phone well. Ours was a little bit worn, but not that much because my dad hated it. And so Mother eventually just set it to the side but didn't have it plugged in, and we used a different telephone in the living room. But I always liked it and liked to play with it as a kid, so I decided I wanted to get another one, and so I'll probably place this one upstairs just for sentimental value. But I thought that was a fun thing to have on the table, even though it's not tableware. You guys know I don't shrink from bringing things to the table that actually don't belong there. But here, speaking of belonging there, here's some sweet little salt and pepper shakers. I believe they're supposed to look like those little popsicles when we were kids that were Astro Pops. I think that's what they were called. I loved them, and I thought these were so fun. I got them at Cracker Barrel in their gift shop. I have a difficult time getting out of there without buying something, but I thought those were just so darling. And here I've got a vintage little bicentennial tray. It has an eagle on it, and I just wanted it because I remember my mom having some bicentennial things around the house. This came from eBay, like I said, and I know it's a no-no, but I reverse painted it silver. I just thought it didn't show up clear, and it wasn't very expensive, and so I just flipped it over and painted the backside silver, and now it shows up. I have a really sweet cookie jar. This is my Uncle Sam. Everybody loves this little guy. I got it at Marshall's 2 or 3 years ago, and I think he is so sweet. I wish stores had more things like that. And here in the front, I've got my vintage Avon bottles, and they still have their strong cologne in them. Avon did a series, and these originally were gold. And when I say gold, I mean really gold. And I just did not like them gold, and so I antiqued them this sort of pewter silver color. But I think they also came in white. I know gold and white were the two colors that I have seen. To my knowledge, they didn't come in a pewter or a silver color, but I thought since I'm using pewter on the table, that would make them blend in better. But oddly enough, I don't collect Avon bottles, but I see them now on TikTok, and young people are discovering them, and they just love them. And they're collecting them, and well, whenever I was collecting over the years, we always ranked Avon bottles down at the very bottom. But anyway, they're getting popular, so I guess for those who aren't used to seeing them. But when I was a kid, I remember the seamstress that did alterations for our family, Miss Grissom. In her home, she had an older home with transoms over the doorways, and my goodness, she had hundreds of Avon bottles filling the transoms. And it's a good thing they were in the transoms, because I would have liked to got my hands on them as a kid, but I do remember them well. And my mother had a few, used some Avon, and I think perhaps my grandmother did too. Here at this end of the table, I've got this sweet, it's sort of a dough bowl, I guess. It's a reproduction, but it's painted to look like a flag or buntings, and I think that's really cute. Mother found me that thrifting, and she also found me one that looks like a watermelon, but it's wooden, and I suppose it's a reproduction dough bowl, but I think that's really cute. And here is another thrift store find. Mother found this. I'm sure it's from Hobby Lobby because I believe I saw them there. It's a 4th of July Christmas tree. And of course, I'm up for a Christmas tree any time of year, so I thought that was a cute little thing, and I've got it lit up. I just love these plates. I think they're pretty paired with the Liberty Blue. I wish the Liberty Blue had been a little bit bigger. They actually fit nicer on my Blue Willow plates, and I may use them with that later, but because it's our 250th anniversary, I wanted to use these, even though the border is not quite as pronounced on these because they're a bit smaller. Here at this corner, I've got another vintage item. I've got a dinner bell. It's red, white, and blue with the flag and the eagle and the star on the top. Mother found me that. You guys know Mother's my little helper. She also found me this wonderful hobnail picture, and it's white milk glass, and it has the hobnail pattern. I thought that showed up nicely with today's color scheme. Here at the back of the table, I've stacked a couple items. They too are vintage from the thrift store. I've got this little tray. It's a star. And then on top I've got this ruby glass. I suppose maybe it's for candy. They don't go together. They just fit nicely, so I've stacked them. But Mother found those thrifting. And I have this pair of eagles. I've got another one on the other side. They are little Limoges boxes. They open up. They're very heavy. And there again, Mother found those thrifting for me. At this corner of the table, I've stacked a couple of cake stands. I've got my vintage milk glass square stand at the bottom. And then I have another little Patriotic star tray. And I've just put my little ruby cupcake stand. It's from Mosier. And then here on top, I've put a little dish. It's a DAR, Daughters of the American Revolution dish. And I think maybe I found that at Goodwill. I know it's thrifted. And I've just stacked those together. But I wanted to go all out since this is our 250th. And you guys know I'm a maximalist, so that's not hard for me to do. But I think that the pewter accents are nice for a 4th of July table because, of course, in the early days, our founders used pewter. And in the color scheme, I've got the ruby and the cobalt glass, and the silver sort of takes the place of the white. So I think it's a nice touch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Decorating Happily Ever After, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a video. I'm Jeffrey Kevin. God bless America, and God bless you. Bye-bye now.